Marcus Aurelius once said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." If you think a woman is giving you mixed signals, you're already losing. A Stoic man doesn't waste time overanalyzing, he reads the signs and acts. Women communicate their interest subtly, but once you recognize these 7 undeniable signs, you'll know when it's time to move. Watch until the end, because missing even one of these signs could cost you a golden opportunity. And if you've ever experienced this before, drop a comment below. Let's hear your story. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs to see it. Let's get straight into it. Chapter 1. She locks eyes with you often. A woman's eyes reveal more than her words ever will. Long before she tells you how she feels, her eyes will betray her emotions. When a woman is attracted to you, she won't be able to help but look at you again and again. It's an instinctive behavior, rooted deep in psychology. She wants to take you in, to observe how you move, how you react, how you carry yourself in the space around her. This is how attraction begins, long before a single word is spoken. But not all eye contact is the same. A quick glance could mean anything: politeness, curiosity, or even boredom. But when a woman truly likes you, her gaze lingers. If she holds your eyes for a few seconds before looking away, or better yet, if she smiles, that's a clear signal of interest. Even more powerful, if she looks at you, then looks down and blushes. That's a subconscious display of attraction, one that she likely doesn't even realize she's doing. This behavior is deeply rooted in human biology. In primitive times, eye contact was a critical part of courtship. A woman needed to assess a man's strength, confidence, and dominance without words. Even today, those instincts remain. Prolonged eye contact is her way of testing the waters, of gauging whether you're a man worth pursuing. It's her way of showing that you intrigue her, that she sees something in you that she wants to understand more. And yet, most men miss the signal entirely. They either look away too quickly out of nervousness or overthink the moment until they talk themselves out of taking action. Some men assume she was just looking around the room. Others convince themselves they imagined it. That's why so many opportunities slip through their fingers. They hesitate, doubt, and ultimately do nothing. A Stoic man, however, does neither. He observes the world without being controlled by it. He doesn't get flustered or intimidated when a woman locks eyes with him. Instead, he acknowledges it with quiet confidence. So, what should you do when you catch her looking? First, don't immediately look away like a nervous schoolboy. That's the fastest way to kill the tension. Instead, hold her gaze. Let the moment breathe. If she doesn't turn away in discomfort, that's your green light. If she looks away and then looks back again, that's even stronger, because now she's testing to see if you noticed. A woman who does this isn't just interested, she's waiting for you to do something about it. A woman who is truly interested will keep this pattern going. She'll steal glances when she thinks you're not looking. She'll hold eye contact longer each time. And if she's really into you, her body language will reinforce the message. She might play with her hair, touch her lips, or subtly angle her body toward you, even in a crowded room. Her entire energy will shift when you're near. It won't be loud or obvious, but if you're paying attention, you'll notice. But here's where most men get it wrong. They assume eye contact is enough. They expect the woman to make the next move. That's a mistake. Women use eye contact as an invitation, not as a full confession of their feelings. They're opening the door, but they're not going to drag you through it. If she's locking eyes with you repeatedly, she's waiting for you to act. The next step is yours. A weak man hesitates. He second-guesses himself. He wonders if he's reading too much into it. He creates excuses for inaction, telling himself she was probably looking at someone else, or that she's just friendly, or that she couldn't possibly be interested in him. And just like that, he does nothing. But a Stoic man? He moves with purpose. He understands that attraction is built on tension, and he knows how to use it to his advantage. If a woman is making eye contact with you, take that as your moment to approach. Say something. Introduce yourself. Keep it simple, but direct. Because if you hesitate too long, the moment passes, and she assumes you're not interested. And once that happens, she moves on. And here's another truth: when a woman likes you, she won't just make eye contact once and be done with it. She'll keep finding ways to look at you. She'll linger in your presence, positioning herself in places where she knows you'll see her. This is her way of staying in your orbit, of giving you every opportunity to make your move. If you're in a group, she'll find reasons to be near you. If you're across the room, she'll glance in your direction over and over again. These small gestures are her way of keeping the connection alive without making it obvious. Attraction isn't about luck. It's about recognizing signals and acting on them. A man who values himself knows that eye contact isn't random, it's deliberate. It's a form of unspoken communication, a way for a woman to show her interest without having to say a word. The key is to understand that once she's given you the signal, she expects you to do something about it. So, the next time you catch a woman locking eyes with you, don't ignore it. Don't overthink it. Hold the gaze, read her reaction, and take the lead. Because a man who understands the power of eye contact never waits, he acts. Chapter 2. Her friends ask if you like her. Women talk a lot. They analyze, they decode, and they strategize when it comes to attraction. If a woman is interested in you, she won't keep it to herself. She will discuss you in detail with her friends, what you said, how you acted, the way you looked at her. They will dissect your personality, your confidence, and whether or not you seem like the type of man who would make a move. So when one of her friends suddenly asks you, "Do you like her?" understand that this is never random. That question didn't come out of nowhere. She sent them to do it. Why? Because she's interested, but she doesn't want to take the risk of outright telling you. Women, especially those who are more traditional or reserved, dislike rejection just as much as men do. Instead of putting themselves on the line, they gather information first. They send out feelers through their friends, trying to gauge whether you might feel the same way. It's a subtle but strategic way to avoid unnecessary embarrassment. Now, here's where things get interesting. Her reaction at that moment tells you everything you need to know. If she's completely disinterested in you, she'll shut it down immediately. She might awkwardly laugh, look away, or even act irritated that her friend brought it up. This is a bad sign, one that suggests she has no interest in you beyond casual conversation. But if she blushes? If she playfully rolls her eyes? If she scolds her friend in a way that seems light-hearted rather than serious? That's a sign she's waiting for you to take action. Women who don't care about a man won't entertain these kinds of moments. The women who do? They will allow the moment to linger. They'll let their friends tease them, because deep down, they want to see how you react. This is where most men screw up. They either freeze up, laugh it off, or try to change the subject because they're afraid of making the wrong move. But a Stoic man understands that hesitation is the enemy of attraction. If her friends are prying for answers, it means the door is open, you just need to walk through it. A weak man will fumble this opportunity by being too passive, saying something like, "Oh, we're just friends," or brushing it off as a joke. That's the fastest way to kill any momentum. Because here's the truth, if she liked you enough to send her friends to investigate, she's expecting you to take the lead. She doesn't want you to treat it as meaningless banter. She wants to see if you'll step up. A Stoic man doesn't hesitate. He doesn't get nervous or overthink the situation. Instead, he remains composed and confident. If a woman's friend asks, "Do you like her?" a simple, direct response like, "She's definitely someone worth getting to know," is enough. It keeps the mystery alive while signaling confidence. Women are naturally drawn to men who show certainty in their actions. If you respond with confidence, she will take it as a sign that you're a man who knows what he wants. And that alone makes you more attractive in her eyes. But here's something even more powerful. The way you respond will also influence how she feels about you in that moment. Women are highly reactive to social cues. If you get flustered, dodge the question, or act uncertain, she may start doubting whether she should be interested in you at all. But if you handle it with ease, she will feel an even stronger pull toward you. This is the power of social proof. If her friends are involved in the situation, it means you've already become a topic of conversation in their circle. And when a woman's friends talk about a guy, it increases his value in her eyes. She starts seeing you as someone desirable, someone worth pursuing. A Stoic man understands that attraction isn't just about physical appearance, it's about perception, confidence, and the ability to take decisive action. He doesn't let golden opportunities slip away just because he's afraid of misreading a situation. If a woman is sending signals through her friends, it means she's interested. The only question left is whether you have the confidence to meet her halfway. So, the next time a woman's friend asks you, "Do you like her?" don't shy away from it. See it for what it is, an invitation. A test. A moment where you can either show strength or weakness. If you respond like a man who knows his worth, you'll solidify your place in her mind as someone she should take seriously. Because when a woman is interested, she won't just sit back and hope you figure it out. She'll make sure the signs are there. And when you recognize them, you'll never have to hesitate again. Chapter 3. She asks you personal questions. A woman who doesn't care about you won't bother asking deep or meaningful questions. She might keep the conversation on the surface, talking about generic topics or just responding politely without showing real interest. But when a woman is genuinely interested, she will want to know who you are beneath the surface. She will go beyond small talk and start asking questions that matter about your childhood, your dreams, your struggles, and what makes you the man you are today. This isn't just curiosity, it's a subconscious way of building a connection. Women don't invest their time in men they have no interest in. If she's putting in the effort to learn about your passions, your ambitions, and your thoughts on life, it's because she wants to understand you on a deeper level. She's not just interested in what you do, she wants to know why you do it. She wants to see if there's a depth to you that separates you from the rest. Attraction isn't purely physical. It's psychological. It's emotional. A woman may be drawn to your appearance at first, but what keeps her engaged is the way you make her feel. And when she starts peeling back the layers of your personality, she's trying to determine if there's something deeper worth investing in. This is where most men go wrong. When a woman asks personal questions, weak men either overshare in an attempt to impress her or shut down because they don't know how to handle intimacy. The first mistake, oversharing, comes from a place of insecurity. These men think that if they reveal their entire life story, their vulnerabilities, or their achievements too soon, they will win her over. But in reality, this can come across as desperate or try hard. A Stoic man understands that mystery is attractive. He reveals just enough to keep her engaged, but never more than necessary. On the other hand, some men avoid personal questions altogether. They keep the conversation shallow, never letting her in, afraid of showing any level of vulnerability. But this is just as bad. A woman who is making an effort to understand you will quickly lose interest if she feels like you're closed off or emotionally unavailable. A Stoic man takes a different approach. He doesn't rush to impress her with his words. Instead, he listens carefully, engages with confidence, and turns the conversation back to her. When she asks about his childhood, he doesn't dump his entire life story. He gives a concise yet meaningful answer, then asks about hers. When she inquires about his ambitions, he shares a little, then challenges her with a question about her own dreams. This creates a dynamic where she feels both heard and intrigued, deepening the emotional bond. Women are naturally drawn to men who can hold meaningful conversations without losing their composure. When she asks personal questions, she's not just looking for information, she's observing how you respond. Do you answer with confidence? Do you deflect? Do you show a level of depth that makes her want to keep talking? A woman who is genuinely interested will remember the little details you share. She'll bring up things you mentioned in passing, showing that she's truly listening. If she recalls something you said weeks ago, it's because you left an impression. But if she forgets major details or seems disengaged, it's a sign she's not invested in you emotionally. This is why it's crucial to recognize when a woman is making an effort to connect. If she's asking about your past, your thoughts on life, or your future goals, she's giving you an opening. She's showing you that she wants to move beyond casual conversation and into something more meaningful. A Stoic man doesn't force connections, but he recognizes when they're naturally forming. He doesn't see a woman's curiosity as a challenge to prove himself. Instead, he sees it as an opportunity to create a deeper bond without losing his sense of self. When you notice a woman asking personal questions, take it as a clear sign that she wants to know you on a more intimate level. Instead of trying to impress her with long-winded answers, be concise, be confident, and redirect the conversation back to her. Make her feel like she's uncovering something rare, something valuable. Because once that emotional connection is in place, making a move becomes effortless. Chapter 4. She breaks away from her friends to be alone with you. Women thrive in groups. They move together, support each other, and often use their social circle as a safety net, especially when navigating interactions with men. A woman's friends serve as her shield, her buffer, her way of controlling the situation. This is why it's significant when she willingly separates from them just to be near you. If a woman likes you, she will find a way to be alone with you, even if only for a few minutes. She doesn't want her friends analyzing or interfering. She wants a moment where it's just the two of you, free from distractions, free from outside opinions. And when this happens, it's a signal that she is giving you the perfect opportunity to make a move. Think about it, when a woman is indifferent toward a man, she will stick close to her group. She won't leave her comfort zone to talk to him one-on-one. She won't go out of her way to create space for interaction. But when she's interested, she suddenly lingers near you when everyone else is engaged elsewhere. She conveniently needs to grab a drink at the same time you do. She just happens to step outside for air at the exact moment you do. She's not just following coincidence, she's following her attraction. A Stoic man observes these signals without overthinking. He doesn't hesitate or second-guess when a woman places herself in his orbit. He understands that attraction is built in the moments where two people can connect without outside noise. He doesn't waste time wondering if she wants him to talk to her, he simply engages, confidently and naturally. Most men fail to recognize this sign. They assume that because she hasn't directly stated her interest, they need to wait for something more obvious. But women rarely make things obvious. They work through subtleties, through small windows of opportunity that they expect the right man to pick up on. She might pretend to be uninterested at first, testing to see if you're bold enough to lead. She might give you the chance to start a conversation by standing near you, but she won't always be the one to initiate. This is where many men miss their shot. They hesitate, waiting for her to spell it out, and by the time they realize what's happening, the moment is gone. A woman who removes herself from her group and places herself near you is making a decision. She is showing you that she trusts you, that she wants to see how you handle the moment. She's inviting you into her space in a way that most men overlook. And how you respond determines everything. A weak man fumbles in this situation. He gets nervous. He overanalyzes. He either ignores the opportunity or comes on too strong, ruining the natural flow. A Stoic man, on the other hand, simply acknowledges what's happening and moves with purpose. He doesn't make a big deal out of it. He engages her naturally, leading the interaction without forcing anything. Women want men who can lead. When she steps away from her group to be alone with you, she is opening the door. Your job is to walk through it with confidence. It doesn't mean you need to be aggressive or make a dramatic move. It just means you need to recognize when the moment is right and act accordingly. If she's giving you the space to be alone with her, it's because she wants to see what happens when it's just the two of you. Will you take control of the conversation? Will you make her feel comfortable? Will you create a connection that wouldn't be possible in a crowded group setting? A Stoic man understands that attraction isn't just about words, it's about actions, about recognizing when a woman is positioning herself for something more. If she's separating from her friends, if she's making time for you, if she's putting herself in a situation where you can engage her privately, she's waiting for you to take the next step. Don't let the moment slip away. Women don't waste time being alone with men they aren't interested in. If she's giving you the opportunity, it's because she wants to see what you'll do with it. Be the man who recognizes the signal, steps forward with confidence, and turns the opportunity into something more. Chapter 5. When you touch her, she moves closer. Physical touch is one of the most instinctual and revealing indicators of attraction. Long before words, before explicit confessions of interest, the body speaks. It communicates through proximity, subtle gestures, and unconscious reactions. A woman's response to your touch is one of the clearest signs of how she truly feels about you. When you lightly touch her arm, back, or hand, pay close attention to what happens next. If she leans into your touch, reciprocates with her own, or playfully brushes against you, she's signaling comfort, interest, and desire. This isn't something that can be faked. Women are naturally protective of their personal space. If she allows you into it and even encourages more physical closeness, that's a clear sign she's waiting for you to take the next step. However, a Stoic man understands that attraction is never something to be forced. If she tenses up, subtly shifts away, or removes your hand, she's sending a different message, one that you must respect. The worst thing a man can do in this situation is ignore these signals and push forward anyway. That's not confidence, it's desperation. And nothing kills attraction faster than a man who doesn't understand boundaries. Touch is a test on both sides. Just as you are gauging her reaction to your touch, she is observing how you handle the moment. If she's interested, she will make it easy for you. She might find excuses to touch you back, whether it's fixing your collar, playfully pushing you after a joke, or resting her hand on your arm during a conversation. Women don't touch men they aren't attracted to. If she's making physical contact, she's giving you the green light to escalate, naturally and at her pace. But here's the mistake most men make: they either hesitate too much or push too fast. The man who hesitates, despite clear signs of interest, can frustrate a woman. She might start to wonder if he's even interested in her, or worse, if he lacks the confidence to make a move. On the other hand, the man who moves too aggressively, who touches too much, too soon, or ignores her resistance, instantly kills the attraction. He makes her feel uncomfortable rather than desired. A Stoic man is different. He's grounded. He remains fully present, attuned to her responses, and never lets his emotions override his awareness. He doesn't treat physical touch as a means to an end, but as a natural progression of mutual attraction. He is neither desperate nor hesitant, he simply matches her energy. If she moves closer when you touch her, she's giving you permission. If she finds subtle excuses to touch you, she's waiting for you to lead. If she lingers when you hold her hand, or if her touch becomes softer and more intentional, she's signaling something deeper, an emotional and physical connection that she wants you to build on. But if she pulls away, seems distant, or only engages in polite, surface-level interactions, she's setting a boundary. And a Stoic man respects boundaries as much as he respects opportunities. He doesn't try to convince a woman to feel something she doesn't. He moves only where there is openness, and he steps back when he senses resistance. Attraction should feel effortless. A woman who wants you will make it clear, not with words, but with her actions, her body language, and her response to your presence. If she moves closer, if she initiates touch, if she lingers in your space, she's waiting for you to take the lead. And a man who understands this, who knows when to act and when to wait, will always be in control of the situation. A Stoic man never forces attraction. He recognizes it when it's mutual and moves with confidence, knowing that real desire is never something that needs to be chased, it's something that flows naturally. Chapter 6. She invites you to her place. A woman's home is her most personal and intimate space. She doesn't invite just anyone into it. If she asks you to come over, even for something that seems casual, like watching a movie, helping her with something, or just hanging out, it's a significant sign that she trusts you and feels comfortable around you. But here's where most men completely misread the situation. They assume that an invitation to her place automatically means she's ready to take things to a physical level. They rush in with expectations, thinking that because they've crossed this threshold, it's an open invitation for intimacy. That's a huge mistake. A Stoic man doesn't operate on assumptions. He understands that trust is built gradually and that a woman's comfort is the ultimate priority. Just because she's invited you into her space doesn't mean she's ready for anything beyond that. She's letting you in, but how you handle yourself in this situation will determine whether she continues to open up or shuts the door entirely. Think about it this way: a woman invites you into her home because she wants to see how you behave in her world. Are you respectful? Are you attentive? Do you make her feel at ease, or do you make her regret letting you in? If you come in with an agenda, if you're overly aggressive, if you assume intimacy, if you act entitled, she will instantly withdraw. A Stoic man approaches this moment with control and awareness. He doesn't try to force an outcome. Instead, he reads the room, observes her signals, and lets her dictate the pace. If she wants to escalate things, she will. Your job is to simply be present, make her feel comfortable, and respond accordingly. Pay attention to her body language, her tone, and how she interacts with you. If she's sitting close, maintaining physical contact, making prolonged eye contact, or subtly testing how you react to her touch, these are strong indicators that she's open to something more. But if she keeps a little distance, avoids unnecessary physical contact, or seems hesitant, then she's likely still feeling things out. This is where most men fail. Instead of matching her energy, they get impatient. They push too soon, making her feel pressured rather than desired. And nothing kills attraction faster than a man who doesn't understand pacing. A woman will give you all the signals you need if you're paying attention. She will make it clear if she wants more from you. But if you don't respect her pace, if you try to force something before she's ready, you will destroy the trust she's given you. So when she invites you over, don't see it as a finish line. See it as a test of your ability to stay grounded, to remain in control, and to respect the flow of the moment. The more patient and composed you are, the more she will want to move things forward on her own terms. And when a woman initiates, when she feels fully comfortable, that's when the connection becomes real. A Stoic man doesn't chase. He doesn't rush. He allows things to unfold naturally. Because he knows that when a woman truly wants him, she will make it known without him ever having to force it. Chapter 7. She keeps the door open for you. A woman who is genuinely interested in you won't let the connection fade into nothingness. She will find ways to keep you in her life, whether it's through texts, calls, or even seemingly small gestures that maintain the bond between you. This is her subtle way of saying, "I'm thinking about you, and I want to keep this going." She's giving you a signal, an open invitation to continue building something meaningful. If she reaches out after you've hung out together, whether it's a simple "I had a great time" or a follow-up message about something you talked about, it's a clear sign that you're on her mind. Even something as casual as sending you a funny meme, asking your opinion on something, or making a light-hearted joke about an inside moment you shared shows she's keeping the door open. These little nudges are deliberate. She's making sure you don't forget about her, just as she's clearly thinking about you. Women don't waste their energy on men they don't care about. If she wasn't interested, she wouldn't be making an effort to keep in touch. She wouldn't be initiating conversation or leaving little breadcrumbs for you to pick up on. She wouldn't be checking in on you or looking for reasons to keep the dialogue flowing. A woman who sees you as just another guy in her life won't go out of her way to make sure you know she's still there. But here's the real test. Does she create opportunities for you to take the next step? A woman who likes you will subtly guide things forward. Maybe she drops hints about an event she wants to go to, hoping you'll suggest going together. Maybe she mentions a new restaurant she wants to try, leaving you with the perfect setup to ask her out. She's not making the move herself, she's inviting you to do it. These aren't coincidences, they are strategic openings, opportunities designed for you to step up and take charge. Beyond that, she makes plans with you in mind. If she knows your schedule, she might suggest something when she knows you're free. If she values your opinion, she might ask for advice, not just because she wants an answer, but because she wants a reason to talk to you. If she's genuinely interested, she won't let weeks pass without checking in. The longer she goes without reaching out, the more obvious it becomes that she's not prioritizing you. A woman who isn't interested? She does the exact opposite. She lets conversations fizzle out. She doesn't ask questions or engage beyond surface-level small talk. She might reply when you message her, but she never initiates. She never follows up. She's polite, but there's no energy behind her words. If you're always the one reaching out, if you're always the one driving the conversation, take the hint, she's not into you. One of the biggest mistakes men make is trying to force a connection where there is none. If she's not reciprocating, if she's not showing signs of genuine engagement, then you're wasting your time. A Stoic man doesn't chase ghosts. He doesn't hold on to false hope, thinking that maybe if he just texts the right thing or waits for the perfect moment, she'll suddenly become interested. That's an illusion, a trap many fall into because they don't want to accept the truth. Now, a Stoic man operates on reality. He understands that attraction and effort must be mutual. He doesn't cling to wishful thinking or settle for breadcrumbs when he deserves a full meal. If a woman is making an effort to stay in your life, it's because she values your presence. She's waiting for you to take the lead, to meet her halfway and show her that you're willing to move things forward. But if she's letting the connection die without a second thought, then your answer is clear, she's not the one for you. So pay attention. If she keeps reaching out, if she's keeping that door open, step through it. Take the hint and move with confidence. But if she's slowly closing it, have the self-respect to walk away before it shuts completely. Don't waste your time knocking on a door that's already locked. Instead, focus on the ones that remain open, where your presence is welcomed and your efforts are matched. Because the right woman won't just leave a door open, she'll make sure you know she wants you to walk through it. Women will rarely tell you outright when they want you to make a move. They communicate through actions, body language, and subtle hints. If you see these signs, hesitation will only cost you. A Stoic man doesn't wait, he observes, he decides, and he acts. If you've ever experienced any of these signs, drop a comment below and share your story. And if you found this valuable, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Now, go out there and make your move.